Hello, and welcome back to Xpwaste, where I never thought Runescape characters could look so good on a Hawaiian shirt. Hi, I'm Oxie.
And I'm Michael. If this is your first time tuning in to Xpwaste, welcome to the show. We're an old school RuneScape podcast. It's probably why you tuned in, because you like RuneScape, old school RuneScape. So what you can expect, we'll talk about RuneScape. We'll talk about what's happening in the game. We may talk about RuneScape 3. I just want to set that expectation. Sometimes it happens. I don't know.
Stop scaring the people, Michael.
We're going to get off on tangents. So you may hear something about fishing IRL. You may hear something about, I don't know, tangents. And if you're not new around here, welcome back. Like Oxie said, it's a good day. It's a good day. It's getting cold in Texas. So life is good. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm doing good. We had a brief break there in the audio and the video. Michael's son made a very, very, very quick guest appearance on the show. It's pretty cute.
He kicked down the door and sup, little bitch.
Yeah, he where's my money? Where's my money?
Where's the money?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. No, but I've been good. I'm still laid up. I have a camera on this week, which is horrible, by the way. It's a horrendous angle. It's just chins and stomach. It's horrible.
Is it better than the photoshopped image I used for you last week?
It's not as funny, It's not as funny. But it's definitely an image. But yeah, oh my god, I can hear him in the background. He's so mad. But no, this week has been good. Like I said, I have a camera on. I'm wearing my new Duke shirt from Fox's, Mitchy Fox, their store on Fourth Wall. We'll link that in the description because I love this shirt. It's so damn cool. Oh my god, I will say the 2X is big. Like I got a 2X because I was like, man, the last thing I need is to not be able to button the shirt up because I'm a hefty boy. And it's massive. Like I probably could have gotten an extra large and been okay. Which is not a phrase I've said in a very long time.
Yeah.
For shirts. But you know what? We're chilling. It's a great shirt. Look good in it. Yeah. IRL has been fine. We're just chilling. I have looked at spreadsheets a lot this week.
Way too many.
Way too many spreadsheets. I think I spent all of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday just looking at spreadsheets for bingo because it was so much planning and sign up and drafting. There was I think it was maybe Wednesday or something where I just went manic and did all of the bingo planning that we had to do in a day. That was a very, very long day of doing bingo work. But it's done. Teams are set and drafted. Bingo is queued up to start later this week. I think when this episode comes out, it starts on Saturday at
2 days from
noon Eastern time. Yeah, 2 or 3 days, something like that. It's going to be exciting. We might have a little something at the end of the episode for bingo, but we'll see. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. You guys will just have to stick around and find out.
Yeah.
In game, we're chilling. We've been doing a lot of raids, making zero money. Because why would you get? I think it's kind of good though that I'm not getting any money from raids because I'm putting in the white light hours to get the purple lights during bingo.
Yeah.
So, we're doing content.
Is that how it works?
Well, yeah. So every drop, right? Every drop has the man hours associated with it, right? So let's say a T-bow is a certain amount of hours you need to get, right? Let's say it's 60 hours. It's 60 hours across everyone on the team.
Yeah.
Right. So if everyone on your team if 6 people put in 10 hours, right? It's 10 hours of raids.
Okay.
If I put in 8 hours of just white lights, because Chambers sucks balls and doesn't ever drop purples.
Yeah.
By the time we get into bingo, I'm an inch away from a T-bow, in theory. I don't know if that's exactly how the math works, but I'm going to say that's how the math works. So I can feel good about getting drops or not getting drops. So, yeah, my team is drafted. I'm very excited for it. We've got the recording booth chat is salty with me because some of them want T-bows. Just to watch someone else get it. Man, Fear, don't do that. I'm going to be in the raid this time. Last year, I was really like not feeling going to Chambers during Springo because you guys know me, hate Chambers.
Yeah.
And I was going to DKs to try to finish that tile. And I told my team, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to chill tonight. I'm just going to do DKs, like go to Chambers without me, trio Tebow. And I missed out on like life-changing money. What would have been life-changing money at the time. So that was really cool. That was super fun. So now I just go to every raid in bingo. If I'm trying to like chill and relax, like I've been playing all day and I'm just trying to like woodcut and watch YouTube. If any of my teammates are like, "Oh, I just hopped on, let me raid," I'm dragging myself to that raid. Because and it did work. One in the last bingo I was in, the Raids Bank bingo, over the summer, I dragged myself to a top and we got a scythe. So
Nice.
it's proven to work. So if you ever don't want to raid and your team says they want to raid, that's tough. Sounds like you're raiding. It's all for the sake of the drops. It's for the sake of the board, for the sake of the drops.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for that. I've been thinking a lot about bingo. Like I said, my team is all like ready to go. We're all in VC. We've been talking all last night, all of today. It's going to be a lot of fun. In game, I'm still pushing a 2200. I am 2183 as of right now because I bought myself a smithing level last night. And yeah, I am disgusted with myself because I am 199k away from 91 mining. And I kind of I gotta get it, right? Like for 2200 total, I kind of gotta. So
91 mining?
91, yeah.
Okay.
And no, I'm not going to 92 to AFK Amethyst. I'm not strong enough. I'm not doing it.
It's only another 600k.
Fair warning to all the audio only listeners, though. I am at Zaya Runecrafting, so if you hear a lot of machine gun clicks, that's what they are. So for that, I do apologize because I am in a very janky setup. I did get a new laptop, though.
You did.
From the last time we did an episode. I have a new laptop. It's great. It's snazzy. It's a Lenovo LOQ something. It's pretty basic. It's like 8 gigs of RAM, terabyte storage, Intel 13th Gen i5. So it's not like the best processor in the world, but like when all you need is RuneScape, OBS, and Google Docs, like I didn't want to pay $10,000 for a laptop or whatever it was. Like there were gaming laptops that were like $3,000 at Best Buy.
Are you serious?
And I just can't justify that. Like if I'm spending $3,000 on a computer, I'm buying a PC, like a full blown, like a tower, monitors, all this other crazy stuff, because that can do that's like Disney level animation. You spend $3,000 plus on a PC.
You would hope.
Like newest graphics card, hella RAM, like.
Yeah, one would hope that you could get for $3,000. The comparison is you spend $3,000 on a PC, you're set for a lot of stuff. You spend $3,000 on a Mac, that's like base level. That's entry mode right there.
Yeah,
it's actually
that's why
crazy.
we never ever buy Apple computers. Ever.
I do like
iPads, Mac. iPhones, cool. Macs, garbage.
I like bin, Mac,
right in the bin.
I am less of an Apple. Like I'm less of an Apple fanboy these days, just because I have no need to have a serious Mac anymore. I really didn't anyway, but whenever I worked at Apple, it made sense to have one because I got it pretty cheap.
It fit with the culture of working at Apple, I imagine.
Yes,
of like having a Mac and owning one yourself, but. Yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm doing Zaya Runecrafting right now on the main, and much to my chagrin, I'm logged into the group Iron Man Training Defense. So yeah, we're just chilling here. Maybe gonna get 2200. Probably not before bingo, but they announced the league's dates, which maybe we'll touch on.
Yeah.
So I now have a time frame of when I need to get 18 total levels.
Okay.
Which is super cool.
You can do it.
I just might be able to. I just might be able to do it.
I believe in you.
I believe that I need a lot more money to do it. in that time frame. But I believe it could be done. Like,
what is money?
Something that helps you buy super fast 99s to get 2200 before leagues.
Oh,
Because I only have like a month. And then Bingo's gonna cut a whole like 9 days out of that. Because I don't know what's gonna be on the board for Bingo, but who knows? I don't know. If I'm gonna be doing a lot of skilling or mostly PVM. I have no idea. I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
So
I would.
And neither
know.
would you. how's your week been? Because you obviously don't know either.
We can't really talk about it. It's just like at that point, you'll find out soon enough.
There's nothing to talk about because we don't know anything about the board.
Oh, true.
We didn't make it. We have no idea.
We don't know. We're just as clueless as all of you. My week has been pretty decent. I finished editing last week's episode on Tuesday night, and then Wednesday night, my wife and I watched Survivor. It's live now, so we've completely caught up, and we're on season 45 now, and it's live. Like, we're watching it week to week, which is kind of weird. I'm not the biggest fan, just because we have to watch it with commercials if we want to watch it live. And I've not watched a TV show with commercials. I can't remember the last time I did that. It had to have been at least a decade, right? Because whenever so in the last 10 years, I've not owned like a TV service subscription. Like, Netflix has been around for a while. And so it's either Netflix or you just stream something on, you watch a YouTube video or something. I don't know. So watching TV with commercials is weird. But we did that Wednesday night. And then the rest of the week was like bingo planning. But I wouldn't know anything about bingo planning because we didn't plan anything. Wink, wink. We did. We just played dumb.
It's all spreadsheets. It's all like, yeah, oh my God, you make the board. Like, no, that was like one night, 2 nights, crack a cold one, think of bad ideas, refine those bad ideas. The rest of the week was take a shot every time somebody ats us to collect a buy-in. Take a shot every time you open the same spreadsheet. Take a shot every time something on one of those spreadsheets is wrong. And that was pretty much our entire week. It was me, you, TMD, Jamie, and Shadow. And I guess to an extent Jesse, because he collected a shit ton of buy-ins. He gave me his buy-ins the other day, and he had like 200 mil worth of plat tokens.
Wow.
that he gave me.
Wow.
So we've needless to say, the pot's going to be pretty good for bingo this year.
We have the final tally, but I don't think anybody, like, all of the buy-ins are in, but I don't think we've condensed them down to one account yet to know. But I really think it's at least a bill. And if it's not, like I said last week, I'm going to put some of my own money in there just to make it a bill because we've got to be close.
I genuinely don't think you'll have to.
Some people have donated. I don't know if I'll have to either. Probably not. But it's going to be at least a bill. Guaranteed. Which we still haven't really talked about it. But are we going to like split that between 3 teams, 1 team? We don't know.
We'll see.
You'll find out. Who knows? And then, so what did I do? Thursday actually worked on the board, the graphics. Because Friday we went and had a game night with some friends, which was really fun. Haven't done that in a while. I want to start doing that like on the regular, just to have an actual board game night. And then Saturday was our anniversary, and I got my nose pierced. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, you can. Yeah. It's going to be like this little stud. Looks like a blackhead on my nose. It's going to be like that for a couple months, and then I'm going to get a little hoop to go on it. And that's my week. I got a new pair of Birkenstocks. I haven't owned a pair of Birkenstocks, but we said treat yourself. And they're like the rugged version. So they have a lot more rubber than they do cork.
Those are the Jesus sandals, right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, they have like the 2 straps on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're really comfy. They're very,
I'm
very
thinking
comfortable.
of moccasins. Yeah,
you are thinking of moccasins.
It was like Birkenstocks are the slippers or the sandals, but
no, yeah, they're the sandals. They're very comfortable, and as I said in the beginning, it's getting colder in Texas. And so like if you could, let me look at I'm going to look at it's 68 degrees Fahrenheit right now.
Sheesh.
I know.
It's like a blizzard out there. Holy, are you okay?
Hold on. It's supposed to get into the 80s. It's supposed to be 80 degrees today. Why? Why would they do that? Well, high 80s the rest of the week, but it was cold. Like overnight, it gets down to the 50s, which is chilly.
That would suck.
It doesn't really suck.
I'm memeing on you because it's 51 degrees right now here in Michigan.
Middle of the day.
Yeah, it is. Honest to God, this is like the ideal fall Sunday.
Yeah.
You know? It's sunny, it's great, the weather's not shitty, but it's like a brisk cold, you know?
Yeah.
So it literally, it's a beautiful day to watch Lions football. That's genuinely how I'm feeling. And the game starts in 20 minutes, so we gotta wrap this up. No,
okay. See you guys later.
No. But yeah, it is. Gay Raccoon just posted a photo and he said winter is indeed coming, and there's already snow on the ground where he's at.
Oh my gosh.
So which like makes sense. He's
in
like way
October?
further north than I am.
Wow.
But I mean, it's not impossible to have snow in October, you know, at least where I'm at, especially if you go to like the UP in Michigan, it's already maybe snowing a little bit. But where I'm at, a little bit further south in like this area, right? So where I normally live is right here, and we get snow pretty decently. But where I'm at right now, it takes a little bit longer, though I am by the Great Lakes, so that does affect it too.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're chilling. It's cool. It's chilly. If I could wear comfortable pants, I would.
Yeah.
Not that sweatpants aren't comfortable, but like, you know,
you don't want to like cut the leg off of something.
No, again, that's utterly ridiculous. My mom suggested that recently the other day too. I have something going on Thursday that I have to go to that I have to look nicer for. And she's like, we could go to a thrift store and buy you a pair of khakis and cut one of the legs off. I'm like, that would look so stupid to this thing. Like I would look utterly ridiculous. So I think I'm just gonna wear shorts. Right?
Just wear shorts.
Like, yeah. And it does kind of suck because I've grown up in Michigan my whole life. I've been through the cold. And like you guys all know, in the Midwest, guys don't give a shit, right? We'll just wear whatever any time of year. Sometimes I'm fine with that, but I'm also old enough and comfortable enough to know that like that, man, I just want to be warm sometimes. Yeah. So
you're not trying
shorts
to
like in 50. Yeah, I got no one to impress anymore.
Improve. Yeah.
You know, I've proved it to myself. Who cares? So 50-degree weather, I'd like to wear some nice pants, but it might just be sweatpants from when I was in college. I think it was Benny Beescape just said shorts plus hoodie. It's a look. It's a good look. It's a cozy look.
Speaking of hoodies, should we talk about the merch?
Because considering main title content is to be determined still, I say we go for it.
Yeah. So I don't know if it'll be in the description, but at the very least, you could try and go to xpwaste.shop. I don't know that it's going to happen. So, okay, go to, because Oxie talked about the Duke shirt. That link will be in the description. But there will also be a link to our new merch store that has the Zolra merch live. You can go there now and buy it to your heart's content. I ordered mine, and then I ordered Oxie a beanie that should be going to his apartment, so he won't have that, unfortunately, for a while. Because it was like
I won't even be at my. I'll be at my apartment by the time the beanie gets there.
Yes,
so good looking out.
Yes, because it said it was going to be there as late as the 26th. I was like, there's no shot he's going to want to drive all the way back to his mom's house for a beanie when I could just have it be like you don't even check your mailbox anyway, so like it probably would be in the mailbox for like 3 weeks.
Listen. You're right, but still.
So on the merch store now is hoodies, t-shirts, beanies, and posters, with more to come as we start, migrating all of our designs over to the new merch store. So I'm going to work really hard this week at figuring out how we can migrate xpwaste.shop to the new shop. And if we can't, I'll be very, very, very sad. I'll be very sad because that's kind of like our staple shop. We've been talking about it for, I think we've had our shop for over a year at this point. So there's
Not that we really sell any merch to begin with, but still.
I mean, it's just it's the advertising though. So like we've talked about it in almost every episode, and then it's also in every link of every episode, every description. The link is in every description. So
it is. Yeah,
I will try very hard.
That was fun when we first opened the merch store. That was super fun. We sent a bunch of we sent promo gear to all the other admins of TNL.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, you can have this stuff for free with the only stipulation that take a picture or two in it because we want to use you guys as references for the website, which I don't even think we ever did.
We never did.
I feel like we never put that up, but they did it. We sent them the promo merch, and I know TMD, Jamie, and Scape sent us photos back. I think Scape's got gym pics in our Xpwaste stuff.
Yeah.
So technically we could do that. And then I think we are going to move all the old designs, or at least the major three, the Xpwaste logos, the pastel, the minimalist, and the original.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to put those in the new merch store, but they're not there right now.
Yeah.
What is the Zulrah merch, Michael? Did we ever show that to the people, or did we just show it to the patrons?
Just the patrons. So it is our exact tattoo design. So you see my arm right now. It's this exact design with this will be on the back of the shirt, and then on the front is a little banner that says Zulrah with some flowers as a nice little compliment to it.
I also love the Venom heart with Zulrah on it. I think we should still do something with that. I know the patrons voted for the banner to be on the shirt.
Yeah,
and it's a good look, but I think we should still do something with the Venom heart.
Yeah, I think we could.
I think the Venom heart looks awesome.
We could do a beanie with that. Because it's a very easy color. Now it wouldn't be that dark teal, unfortunately, because I don't think they have the thread color to match with the embroidery. We definitely could do something like a shirt with that on it, because this is cool. But definitely a lot more room for design coming with this new merch shop, because previously we were using Teespring, and now we're migrating over to Fourth Wall, which a lot of RuneScape creators are using Fourth Wall. They just have way more options. We can actually do giveaways from there, which might be fun to do for the show. We could do that for Discord. And they have we could do a Hawaiian shirts. The one Oxie's wearing is from Fourth Wall.
So this is a Fourth Wall Hawaiian shirt. It's from, like I said, it's from Mitchy Fox, it's from Fox's. It's awesome. It feels good. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. It's big, but that's because I ordered a large size. So there's a lot of potential to finally get some Xpwaste branded Hawaiian shirts, which would be so on brand for this show. Yes. Just because I think I don't remember the first time I wore a Hawaiian shirt open. I think it may have been during our first year of recording. Yeah. And you're like, oh my God, put a shirt on. I'm like, Michael, it's hot as balls out here. I don't want to put a real shirt on. And then I just didn't, and people loved it. So I've been wearing the open Hawaiian shirts, which is really, it's a comfortable fit, and it's a decent look. So I think if we can get some Xpwaste Hawaiian shirts eventually, that would be awesome.
I'm sure it's not that hard. I mean, the shirt you're wearing literally looks like some American traditional flowers and then Duke.
Yeah, I don't know if these designs are hand drawn or rendered from the game or whatever it is. But it's awesome. Yeah. And we've got the customization options for the shirts are so cool.
Yeah. On the new store, if you've seen our old merch, it's literally just the front. We have nothing on the back of the shirts. But with the new store, we can do front, back, and sleeves. So if we wanted to put stuff on the sleeves, for instance, if we wanted to get crazy and create a bingo winners shirt, we could put fall bingo 2023 winner. So I don't know, the possibilities are endless, and it's a lot more exciting. So I'm pretty stoked to have that new shop and to be able to offer more options. Not just our logo. This is this part is literally not an ad for you to go and buy our merch. This is just us being excited
Yeah,
At least with me.
we were looking over the designs last night, and like, yeah, I'm not. You guys know how much I love advertising, making money on this show for me. So again, like Michael said, we're not trying to sell out, but like the options of shit we can make jackets.
Yeah,
we make like full denim, like full leather,
jacket,
like bomber jackets and shit. Like, oh my god, it could be so awesome. Like,
we can make.
I'm just thinking like.
For like we can make custom patches that you guys can put on
mugs.
stuff. Yeah.
Like when we went to Xpwaste North, and without discussing it at all, it was never talked about prior. I think probably like 15 people wore Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah, 15 out of just the 20.
Yeah, without even communicating. Everyone wore the Hawaiian shirts. Just because of like, I don't know, they thought it would be funny or whatever. So like that kind of potential, like, oh, if we ever do a meetup again, maybe we could, all have some sort of like coordination with it. Oh, that would be it's so cool, the idea of it. And the ease of which we can give things away. Michael and I were looking at it yesterday. Oh my God. It's not going to be the like, give us your full personal details and entrust two strangers on the internet with like everything. We could just like send you a link. You do it yourself. It's all covered. No worries.
Yeah.
And you input the information on the website and we don't have to worry about it. And then it ships directly to you with like no weird third party, whatever.
So excited.
Oh my God. It's going to be so good.
Yeah. And I was talking to Tiki in the data team for the bingo. And I was like, can you guys make me a Discord bot that will automatically assign different like entry numbers to different people based on roles they have? And I think they said it's possible. So if you're a patron, don't tell Patreon. If you're a patron, head over to Discord and see one of the secret channels that we have. You might like it.
Yeah.
So that makes we could have giveaways again as a perk.
So excited.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. The new site is going to be awesome. And also shout out to the data team for bingo for making it just so nice. It's gonna be great. I looked at the one spreadsheet that did excite me was the board spreadsheet that Rune guy made. That's gonna be big.
I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty stoked just because every year the spreadsheet just gets more and more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Like the efficiency that we've seen, like last bingo was pretty good. The bingo before that was pretty good. I think this one's going to be top both of them. Just in what we can do and what I don't want to spoil anything. I want the captains and all of the people playing to like look at this new spreadsheet and go, "Wow, so efficient." Because you will. You'll be like, "Wow, you guys did great." It's like it's taking a lot of the work out of running a bingo. Not running a bingo, but like it's taking a lot of work off of the captain's plates. Which is great because then you just get to play more bingo.
It really does. I think Springo 2022, I think, was the last time we did it manually, and that was the worst. We were manually inputting screenshots for multiple teams and then had to go through and validate all those teams' screenshots. And it sucked. It took like 2 days to get the final score out. It sucked.
Not a fan.
Not a fan at all. But it's so nice now. We have captains help with it. Data team helps with it. It's good. We have a lot to be excited about right now, Michael and I. And none of it directly relates to the game.
Yeah.
Because if you guys have been following what's been happening in the game, nothing has been happening in the game.
Unfortunately.
Like, even if I'll pull up the Jagex launcher and we'll look at the recent news posts. Item return issues, whatever. Some mild changes to Guardians of the Rift. The scouting changes to Chambers of Zarek, which I legitimately haven't even read. The Scar Essence mine and the League's release date. That's like all that's been. You know, we could maybe touch on the scouting thing.
Yeah.
Again, I've not read it, and I have a sneaking suspicion you haven't read it. I know you're a big Chambers bot, but you know,
I think it's like without having read it, just listening to the conversation, I think it's kind of dumb that they're making you pay so much GP to do something that you can already do for free. It doesn't make any sense unless you can customize the raid just how you want it, which I'm guessing that's what you can do. But
yeah,
again,
I don't know. I don't know what. I haven't read the blog post because I'm sure it's going to be a fine change. I'm sure it'll be fine. They'll make some sort of change to it, and they'll refine it over and over again. It will be fine. We won't have to worry about it.
There has been some drama around mining. I don't know if you've been aware.
I have been aware, and I don't. Go ahead, pop off.
I'll make it quick. So whenever Desert Treasure 2 came out, people discovered that you can get fairly AFK, actually very AFK, not fairly. You can get 6 hour logged at Duke with mining, and all you need to do is put some sort of weight on your space bar, and you could stay there for 6 entire hours, because the way that they had set up the mining aspect of Duke is like the thing that is your inventory is stackable and it never depletes, but it capped out at 10k per hour. I think 11k or something if you had full prospectors. Not very much, but people had an issue because it's literally 6 hour logging, and there's major controversy around people just not playing the game. It's an unfair thing. You could just go every night, like before you go to bed, you could just set up to 6 hour log while you're sleeping, and that's like there's a long history of that being an issue. So they addressed it, and now every 5 minutes, I think the rock will deplete, or there's a timer or something. So I haven't done it. I kind of wish I did it, but then I'm also like, meh, I don't really need mining XP on my main account. And my Iron Man was definitely not in a place where I could be doing Desert Treasure just for a mining buff. So what they essentially, they made that change, and then people got up in arms about Guardians of the Rift, because, and I didn't really know this, but if you have a full lobby of Guardians of the Rift players, there's a good chance that a lot of them were just AFK mining the essence the entire time and not playing the game. So then the encounter is scaled for a full room, but then you don't have people actually going and defending the Guardian. So then you're prone to failure a lot more because it's scaled. And so they made it now where in this latest update, you can only get XP from 250 fragments, and after that, you don't get any XP, which is great. I think that's a fine change. And the cherry on top was they changed the way stars deplete. So instead of the more people that mine a star, the faster it goes, it's just on a timer. So you could have literally 1,000 people on a star, and it's always going to deplete the same amount, which kind of took both of these two issues, solved them, and then gave people a solution. Which, Jack, like, that's a W. That's a W. Like, they did all that in a matter of weeks versus dragging their feet. Like, oh no, we'll address the Duke mining at some point. We'll address GOTR at some point. Like, they genuinely went quickly and came out with a solution, which I'm happy about.
I don't know if it's fully solved. Are you aware of the issues around, or like what the controversy is around shooting stars? Why people are pissed off about it?
No, why? What's happening?
So right now, was a little free flash for you guys. Right now, shooting stars can land in a variety of different locations on any world.
Okay.
And the Star Miners Discord, or whatever that system is, calls them out to people. So if there's like a tier 9, right? Because I've seen this happen before. A star will drop, I'm at the Zaya rune crafting place. A star will drop at the Essence Mine, tier 9. I'll prospect it. I'll start mining it because, it's a little distraction, a diversion. That's literally the point. And then people will flood to that world. But they will flood in droves such a way that, the servers can't handle 1,000 people logging in to one world and then hundreds of people logging out of various other worlds to crowd that world, which is fine, right? Because it's a little bit of lag. It's fine if you're doing Xayah rune crafting. It's not fine if you're doing TOB. Right?
Okay.
Which also sucks because where's one of the locations that was star drops?
Versenhaza.
Goodness. Which I don't think the location matters so much. It's if a star crashes on Versenhaza on World 474, for example, that's gonna destroy the server.
It breaks the fabric of the game.
It literally does. It's not, the lag spikes are really, really bad.
Oh man.
When you have a tier 92 star or a tier 90 star with like 50 people or plus mining it. Like it was so bad the other day at Xayah rune crafting. You know how when a game is like super populated or a world is super populated, it will only load in smaller chunks the players who are there, right? When you're at the Grand Exchange for like leagues or something.
Yeah.
That's what it was at the Runecraft altar. Only half of the star was able to be loaded at a time with the amount of players that were mining it. So like that is a huge, huge issue for the servers and for the players. So like that piece of it sucks.
Yeah.
So it's a temporary fix that I don't think is too bad. I don't know how they intend on fixing it at the moment because I've not really kept up with it, because I don't hate the idea of having it be a method that people do. Like it's not, I think someone brought up a point yesterday when we were doing the draft that like making specific star worlds kind of takes the distraction and diversion away from the distraction and diversion. But what was suggested that I did kind of like was centralizing the locations across every world. So let's say a star drops at noon at Versenhaza. That star will be there on every world until that star times out. Right? So it almost goes on like a cycle.
Yeah.
Mima says make them only drop on total level worlds, which like, again, like I said, takes away from the diversion. But still, Voltoro asked, did the removal of clues not help with the lag? I'm sure it did, but again, I've not been up to snuff. I've just been like seeing it. I've just been seeing it more like briefly on Twitter. I've been watching the Twitter discourse like with a bucket of popcorn, because I don't really know. I also don't care that much. I've got. People really like it because it's AFK mining XP, and you know what? More power to you. It is really nice AFK mining XP. I've done it before where you click on a tier 3 star and you don't come back for 20 minutes, and then you click again when it goes to tier 2, and then that's it. And now that you can open, I think it's at least the skilling menu you can open.
Yeah.
Which I think they should change to all menus. I think they should make all interfaces like combat achievements and achievement diaries and all that. They should make it so the game keeps playing while those actions are a thing.
Yeah.
Somebody will bitch about interface stalling, I'm sure. But that seems like a high-level community problem. And, you don't represent the whole game, brother. So that would be cool. You could look at like, because everyone does it. You look at like the goals you still have to achieve, because we've all done it where we sit there and we're just like, what diary requirements do I have left? Even though you know what you have left, you still go and look. What combat achievements do I have left to do? I think if that could be open while mining, people would do that. But I think the more realistic option is people do something else entirely. They watch TV, they wash the dishes,
play another account.
They play another game, they play another account.
Yeah.
I think it's fine to have AFK methods because I don't think it's particularly broken with stars. I don't think the method is perfect yet.
Yeah. It needs some,
I think,
some, what is it called? Redefining. No.
Refinement?
Yeah, refinement.
Yeah, I think if a method breaks the game for other players doing unrelated activities, that's not okay. But once that's sorted, totally fine with me.
I would be weary of if it was a schedule, like noon, every day at noon, it drops on this specific world, because then it's really easily botable.
Yeah, and then it also becomes daily scape too. People feel like they have to at certain times log in. Gotta get my mining XP. Like that's not fun.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's above my pay grade, at least, for figuring out what the solution is, because I don't know. Because what you're talking about with the world lag, like that's a serious problem, and I don't see that going away. Because like the hype of mining a star is not suddenly going to go away unless they add another mining method that just that replaces it. So until there's a better method, this is going to be the thing that happens, unless they figure out server stability or figure out another way to stop people from en masse clogging up worlds. Mima made a point to just make them drop on total level worlds. Like, that might be the play. I don't know. Like, whenever I was doing my star mining way back in the day on my main account, when I was going for the gold one, I would specifically hunt stars on the 2200 total worlds, because before the change, they were very competitive. And there were several times where I had stars all to myself, because I would go in like the remote locations on the highest total level world and no one would be there. So that might be the play if you have like 2K total or 2200 total, is to just go and mine in a secluded area. But yeah, we're not really talking about mining being the issue. It's about doing content on those worlds.
I mean, I think it does represent the problem that like mining is a bit of a problem child right now, because people want to see some sort of change. They want to see some sort of refinement, but nothing is really being done in a way that the player base is all totally happy with.
Yeah. And
I don't know if that's Jagex's fault or the player base's fault.
I would venture to say something is in the works related to forestry, but for mining. How they were able to take a relatively AFK skill and give it a social aspect, make it better with the timers. So if I was a betting man, I would think at least within the next year, some sort of mining update comes where that things are on timers. You can mine at rocks socially now. You know, you don't have to rely on Motherlode Mine, Volcanic Mine, Shooting Stars, 3-ticking Granite, all those methods. You know, if you just wanted to mine coal, or you just wanted to mine mithril or adamant, you could, because there's so many different rock spots in the world that it's almost a shame that they just go untouched for no reason. Because nobody, I feel like nobody wants to do it.
That could work for regular rocks. I don't really have like concerns around it. The only rocks I don't think it could ever really work for, it couldn't work for granite. Why is that?
Why? I don't know.
Because we can never have a higher XP rate.
Oh, yeah.
So they would never allow a forestry style thing to work for granite. But I think it could be interesting to see what it did for other rocks. The two issues I see popping up that the people would bitch about, that the common folk would bitch about, is number one, how is power mining iron going to work? Is that going to really dramatically affect the XP rate of power mining iron? I don't necessarily care, but if power mining goes from 35k to 100k an hour, might need to pump the brakes. Or have it scale for the amount of people who are on that rock. Who knows? Number two, the botting problem is going to be through the roof with Runite rocks.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It already is an issue, but
they're so, like, Runite rocks are temporary, and they have like a 40-minute respawn timer or something ridiculous like that. So if they don't deplete, how do you scale it so it doesn't deplete, right? Do you make it like diary locked? Or like, do you make it quest point locked of how Runite rocks deplete? Because if you do it by mining level, you've screwed yourself, because you've given the bots an advantage, right? Because not only do you need 85 mining to start that bot farm, if that's all your account does 24/7, 7 days a week, you probably have like 126 mining.
Yeah.
Right? Like you have a huge mining level. So you have a distinct advantage over regular accounts. So that's the only issues I see with that style. Maybe they add like a new quarry where it only works there. You know, instead of Motherlode Mine, they have like the crazy quarry or something where rocks don't deplete. They make it quest locked, and they make you kill a golem boss that's like as hard as all 4 DT2 bosses combined. And you just get access to an AFK mining method as a reward, so it's not botted. You know,
Terrible idea,
I don't know,
but you're onto something.
But like, people bitch constantly about forestry. Even still, I see it on Twitter all the time. People are like, can we have worlds that do not work like forestry? When the answer is like, my brother in Christ, just take the backpack off and you don't get events. But people are genuinely upset about how some trees work now because of forestry. Which I don't get it. I don't understand. Okay. Did they ever release Forestry Part 2 or no? Was it a thing that came out? Because I know they completely binned the beta for that. Dog, people are outside in like winter coats and winter hats.
Oh my
right
gosh,
now. And
it's
windy. No, it's windy here. Let's see what the wind chills got it down to. All right, let's break out the weather app and let's see. In where I'm at right now, the weather app isn't going to load. 51 degrees feels like 50. All right, so maybe it's not that colder.
So
but
dramatic.
still though, dog, it was like 80 something the other day. We ain't built for that kind of weather change around here. Pick a lane. We do this every year with Michigan. Pick a lane. But
so Forestry 2 has not come out yet. That's what SOSD3 has said. I think just on the topic of mining, Avengor said RS3 mining and smithing was super enjoyable. The rework that they did for a while back, where essentially rune rocks are not the best rocks anymore, and they brought down the smithing level of rune to an appropriate level. I think that could be huge for old school. Now, it fundamentally goes against the idea of what old school is, because once you change the way that the skill fundamentally works, it ceases to be the 2007 version that we know. So then, like, that's the only. I don't have an issue with it, because I would love the rework that they did in RS3 to literally just be ported over. I
have no idea how that rework works. So whenever I've played RS3, I get like rune metal lumps. What the does that mean? What am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with iron metal scrap? I have no idea. I don't care. I use bars to make my stuff like a real man.
Oh my god!
I don't know. So for me, I don't know if it would be great. But
people seem to like it. When it comes to like mining and smithing, feeling more like mining and smithing, because like in 2004, 2003, whatever it was, whenever smithing was a thing, like it totally made sense that the highest tier, the highest thing you could ever make with smithing was a rune 2H, because that was the best item in the game. It made sense. But now, you know, you have a rune 2-hander is 99 smithing, but like you can smith yourself, I don't know, like what was it, 90 smithing was the DFS? It doesn't make sense. The DFS is way better than a rune 2H, but you still have to grind. If you really wanted to make yourself a rune 2H from scratch, you have to grind so much more, all the way to 99 for it.
I think the solutions they've implemented for at least smithing, which are like better methods that don't change what we already have, I think those have been fine enough for smithing. I don't know if smithing itself needs an entire rework, but I know mining needs something. I think people are fed up with mining just being miserable.
Yeah,
as a skill.
I have a different perspective on mining, because I like it, but I like it for the reasons that it's AFK and I don't really have to think about it much. But that's a lot of people don't play this game for those reasons. Like, you as a person don't really like to sit there and not play the game while you're playing the game. Like you don't favor those types of activities. You're doing them right now because you have to. But if given the choice, you would sit down at your computer and you would do PVM, or you would do quests, or you would, do something
Or I would
meaningful.
do a more active version. Like right now I'm rune crafting for what? Probably 4K an hour, 25K an hour, right? Realistically, the better option for me is to go to Guardians of the Rift, right?
Yeah.
And get some pulls and get some cool stuff and finish my outfit, So when I do have to AFK bloods, I've got the outfit to get more runes to make more money, blah blah blah,
But a lot of people don't play like that.
But a lot of people only have a limited amount of time to play.
Yes, and
that's the other side of it. It's like if you can only play this game for 2 hours a day, right? After your small children go to bed and you and your partner or you on your own or whatever are just like enjoying me time after work and dealing with children, you only play for 2 hours a day. I don't necessarily want to AFK sand crabs the entire time.
Yeah.
I want to do something a little bit more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And now sometimes, like, yes, you can do Nightmare Zone, but there's a period of time in your account where things like Nightmare Zone, where you're training melees, are so beneficial that you feel like you're making progress, right?
Uh-huh.
Where you just get the vibe that, like, oh, I'm working towards something. I'm going to get my imbued Slayer helm. I'm going to get my blue salve. I'm going to imbue my Berserker ring, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know there are more efficient ways to imbue these days.
You're just a boomer.
I know. I'm a bit of a boomer, but it also, like, if you have to train your melees, Nightmare Zone is a great way to do it.
Yeah.
There's no risk. You get hella XP. You get rewarded for it, right? But once you're at the point, like, if you have max combat, I'm not going to AFK combat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do an AFK Slayer task when I'm actively playing the game.
Yeah.
So I think that is the issue that mining has, right? We have agility, which is brain dead rooftops or ball sweating sepulcher.
Mm-hmm.
We have rune crafting, which is AFK bloods, one tick Orania or one click Orania where you just follow someone, they tax you all the way there.
Yeah.
Orania altar. Or we have Guardians of the Rift, which I don't know if anyone else feels this way. Guardians of the Rift is insane. The amount of time that you cannot be paying attention is so little in that game.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you constantly have to be looking because the rifts are changing, the portals for the fancy essence are opening up. Guardians of the Rift is it's too methodical and it's too click intense. Yeah, it's and the downtime between games is 5 seconds. So it's not like Temporos where you can just start a game after you pull,
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of skills have that except for mining. And I know the first response is going to be Volcanic Mine. Volcanic Mine is not a massable activity.
No.
Wintertod, Temporos, Guardians of the Rift, Forestry are all massable activities. On the flip side, Sepulcher is a solo thing where it doesn't matter if there's 1 or 100 people doing Hallowed Sepulcher, you're going to get the same XP rate no matter what, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can even say Herbivore is a more active way to train Hunter, right? Tithe Farm is a more active way to train farming. Mahogany Homes is a bit more of an AFK way to train construction, right? Mining doesn't have that right now because VM solo, I know there's a 50k an hour method that Wooks did where you walk in and walk out.
It's so boring. It's so boring. It takes the idea of this high intensity mini game and it just throws it out the window because then it just becomes the boring mining method again. I wish VM was soloable. I wish it scaled properly to where you didn't just get bodied by the pressure. Not the pressure of doing it, the pressure in the cavern.
In the mine. The mechanic, the pressure mechanic in the game.
Yeah. Ideally, if they were to redo VM, it would be that if you were in there solo, if you start the game with one person, that, you would only need one vent covered. And the other 2 wouldn't really affect the pressure. It would just be one. And then it scales up to all 3 if there's more than one person there. That would be amazing. Because I think that would be manageable.
Small team VM is fun. I don't dislike the mini game. I dislike that it's not accessible without a team of people.
Yeah.
And then the VM Discord, don't they like vet players to get in the VM Discord?
Yeah.
Like it's not like you just show up and do the content. Like there's actually a process, kind of like when you join the 95 Thieving Discord,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Avengor says you have to take a test in the VM Discord. What the fuck is that?
That's so much work.
Right? That's ridiculous. Like, I get it. You want to have a bit more of a honed community. You don't want it to be like a constantly failable thing, right?
Yeah.
But that's insane.
And you have to like dedicate. So this is what I've heard. I've never done the VM process, but like you have to have a set number of games, I think, or something. Like you have to do a minimum if you join a group so that there's just not like one and dip. That's what I've heard.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's true. If you can just one and dip, that's a little bit different. But from my understanding, they want to make it to where people aren't just doing a game and then leaving, which makes sense. But again, it's like if they're going to
That's
focus
too
their
much.
attention, if they're going to focus their attention on any sort of mining update, here's what it is. Maybe don't do the forestry thing like I was talking about earlier. Maybe just make VM more viable because that's all it really needs.
Yeah. And like, we don't need a mining Todd, right? We don't need a 250K an hour method for mining. We just need something that's more active and more enjoyable, right?
Mhm.
People will complain about Temporos because it is a grind to get the items you want and the XP you want. That is every piece of content in the game, right? It's a grind and it's a thing. Temporos on its own is not an unfun activity. Doing anything 500 times is not going to be fun, right? So, like, Temporos is a good example where the XP rates are better than AFK fishing, but not as good as it could be by super active, like 2-tick swordfish,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, and they scale very well with both your level and with your gear, right? Because if you have the crystal harpoon, you get more XP for fishing, and the reward, you have the infernal harpoon, you get more rewards or whatever it is. So stuff like that, that's awesome. We don't need a winter Todd. We need like a mine poros temp mining or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need something where mining is active with fair XP rates, not cracked, fair.
Yeah.
Some sort of reward system that people care about, right? Give us something that, obviously update the mining outfit, make it like the, what's it called? Like the spirit angler outfit where you have to have the angler outfit, the spirit mining outfit or whatever it is, the spirit prospector. Maybe just like fully naked the whole time. Maybe that could be cool.
Fortified
if they made
prospector.
Fortified prospector,
That'd be
where
cool.
it has the same benefit of the Varrock body 4 at 90 mining or something. So we stop seeing like the sleek mining outfit and this ugly ass diet Torva Varrock top. Yeah.
Least favorite thing about the game.
And it's what I wear to Guardians of the Rift, so that's why I'm flaming it, because it looks so stupid. And then give some collection log slots. Obviously make it a way to get the dragon pickaxe or the broken dragon pickaxe.
Uh-huh.
And then I don't know, man.
It'd be cool.
Maybe Volcanic Mine is that. Maybe that is Volcanic Mine, but they have to update it. Because Small Team VM has really good XP rates that are compared to like AFK mining, and it requires focus, but it's not massable and it's not enjoyable to do. Because like, that's dumb as hell. You have a kid. What if you went to the VM Discord and your son acted up after one game?
Yeah. Like, what if he busted in the door like he just did?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Sorry for everyone.
Yeah, sorry, son. I'm like, you have to be miserable for a minute. Daddy has to run 4 more games of Volcanic Mine to fulfill his contractual obligation. What the hell?
This is why.
No.
That's exactly why I did Motherload Mine. Like to 99 on my main. That's exactly why.
And this isn't a dig at like the VM Discord, right?
It is a little bit.
I mean, a little bit, yes, but
little.
They wouldn't have to, like, there is no other minigame community that has that strict of rules.
Yeah.
Like, you even sign up for BA boosting, they're like, cool, don't log out. Here's, like, give us 50 mil and don't log out, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
like the fact that VM has to be that strict is a problem with the game, not the problem with the community.
Yeah,
right.
I agree. I don't necessarily like the idea of it just be like get resource, put resource in a like something that interacts with it, and then that kills the boss. But I feel like that is a tried and true method. You know, like you could mine an ore, and then you put the ore in a furnace, and then some NPC like smiths a cannonball, and then the cannonballs fire at something, and it gives you mining and smithing XP. It's fairly easy to do that. Like that's the if that's the basis of mining, Todd, do it, because that's fairly easy.
Maybe you have to like chase something or someone through a cavern. Maybe you're like digging mine tunnels, right? Where you have to like, maybe in the same vein of volcanic mine, you have a certain time limit and you have to get further and further into the tunnels, and the further you mine in these tunnels, the better like ores you get or the better XP you get because you're mining harder rock. But you could get more reward points for using what you have, like whatever. Let's say it's like a special ore, like, oh, you're in the malachite tunnels, so you get malachite bars, and you use the malachite bars to fortify the tunnel so it doesn't collapse, and that's how you get more points for reward pulls. That's the cooked versus crystallized fish, right? So that you get higher tier malachite that you either save for XP or you smith for more rewards. Maybe that's a solution. Because if you change VM too much, what's going to happen?
I don't know. What
My VM?
Well, I don't think they need to necessarily just replace VM altogether, but there's a need for it in the game. Like it's a good way to get ore if you're an Iron Man. It's got the dragon pickaxe. I don't think it needs to completely go away, but they could definitely update it in some aspects. Like again, the scaling options would be very nice. If they could make it to where it doesn't just cap out at 5 people, maybe they cap it out at 20, and then you just have like a lot more e-girling going on. Or if you could pay an NPC or something to manage it for you, so that you didn't have to manage the vents. That is all viable options that I think would make VM a little bit more manageable if you were going to do it solo. Like if you didn't have friends.
Yeah. Make it like Temporos, where a game a new instance starts every 30 seconds,
Yeah.
Like,
man, I want them to do that with Guardians. It's so annoying having to spam click the door, and then you don't even know if you want to commit to a long session, but it takes you so long to get into Guardians of the Rift. So annoying.
That's what's been keeping me away, is like I've been doing so much with like bingo stuff these last couple of days that like for me, committing to Guardians of the Rift when I have to click back and forth between spreadsheets is like impossible.
Yeah.
So it's been all Zaya, all shitty runecrafting XP, Ugh.
What are you making? You're making blood runes, right? Because you're not.
Yeah, I'm making
yet.
bloods. I don't have 90 yet. I will be 90 hopefully soon.
Ooh.
But right now we have 88. We have 88 and we have 135k XP.
135k till 89?
Till 89.
That's not that much. When you think about where you came from, you were like 500k.
I mean, yeah, relative to the amount that I've earned, it's not a lot, right? It's the 98 problem.
Yeah.
We're going from level 97 to 98 is the worst level in the game.
Yeah.
Because you don't get anything.
Yeah.
But at 98 to 99, you see the light at the end of the tunnel, right?
And then
I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel yet.
Because you're wanting to go to Souls?
No, because I want to be done.
Oh.
I want to have 2200 total level, but I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel because I still have another 550k to get through when I'm done with this. So I'm going to get the level notification. I'm going to get no reward for it because I don't think you get anything at 89 runecrafting. And then I'm going to get told, go right back to Guardians of the Rift, baby. Like, I'm not strong enough, Michael. I can't do it.
I went from 89 to 99. That whenever I did runecrafting without leaving, I was literally Zaya locked. If you guys haven't listened to the show completely with like older episodes, I locked myself to Zaya. I did not leave the continent.
Dark time.
I think I left maybe to like take bingo buy-ins because that was around the time we were doing bingo or leagues. I don't remember, but yeah, I stayed on Zaya from 89 all the way to 99 runecrafting. And that was also before like any Group Iron Man account thing was released too. I think Group Iron Man came out in 2021.
That was before shit, man. That was before GIM. That was before no, maybe it was around the time of GIM because I remember we were blood rune crafting I think when we were playing our GIMs. But that was long before Guardians of the Rift.
Oh. Decades before Guardians of the Rift, it feels like.
Yeah, dude, it was God, the Zaya locked only. Like that was the most we ever got Michael to raid. Because we'd be like, oh, we're raiding. He's like, I don't want to. And we'd be like, oh, you're Zaya locked. Chambers is in Zaya. Get her going. He'd be like, fine. And he would go.
I need a break.
He would go. That was the most we ever got Michael to raid ever. Was when he was Zaya locked. Because God, you did so many goddamn soul runes.
250k is what I ended up with.
Jesus.
Which is nearly, like, that's not as many as if somebody goes from 77 to 99 just with blood runes. I think you ended up, at that time, before the runecrafting outfit, you ended up with, like, over 400k blood runes. And back then, they were, like, 400 each.
No, I don't think so. Tell Michael and all of the recording booth chat hello.
Hello, hi.
My mom's...
Mom.
That's okay. No one calls me that, but yeah.
Oh, Oxie's mom?
Yeah, either one works. They're both my name. It's fine.
Hey, Matthew.
Oh my God. Yeah, my first name got doxed, you guys. It's Matthew.
Oh no.
I feel like we say that in our first podcast episode.
We do.
That like Michael and Matt sounds like the two most average white guys you've ever met in your entire life. So we didn't want that. Oxie and Michael's got a better ring
Matt
to
and
it.
Michael. And it's like, it doesn't roll off the tongue as well as Oxie and Michael.
I mean, Matt and Michael could, you know.
But imagine if you were Matt. Like, that would have started a whole thing where thousands of people in Discord would just call you Matt.
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
Which is weird because that's what everyone I know in real life calls me. Not very few people in real life call me Oxie. Oh my God, this is a wacky experience I had the other day, right? So I can't walk around stores. This can stay in the episode, by the way. I have no idea. Meme is posting gym mats in the recording booth chat. I hate it here. Anyways, I went to Meijer because I did a mobile order because, again, I'm in a knee scooter and I can't push a cart and myself at the same time. And I could hop in one of those, like, they see me rolling, they hating carts.
Yeah.
But I find that I get very weird looks in those carts.
Even with
because
boot?
I got a lot of weird looks when I was at my Meijer in Mount Pleasant because I'm very young to be in a cart like that.
But you literally have a boot. But where
yes,
I think before the boot, right?
Well, while I was in the boot, I still got very weird looks, and I think it wasn't until people would see that, like, oh shit, he just can't walk, right? But initially, people were like,
business.
Pretty much like, why are you taking a cart from someone who needs it, more or less? You know, because again, the rest of me works very well, but it doesn't matter. So I've been doing mobile orders from Meijer online. And the other day, we went to go pick up my groceries, and this guy comes out, and he drops my stuff off, and he tells me my replacements. I'm like, all right, cool. They didn't have kosher salt at Meijer, which was weird. Whatever. He's putting the stuff in the trunk, and he goes, Oxie M17, right? And I look back, and I go, what the fuck? And it was one of my old friends from, like, an old, like, way before even Xpwaste, like, nearly pre-TNL. Group of friends that I used to hang out with. We had a huge Minecraft server together, called it Yodo Craft, way back in the day. Just in case any of those old timers still listen to the show, we remember Yodo Craft. Here we do. And one of my buddies, his name was Kahlo online. he's from my area, but he was in school while we were doing Yodocraft. So I think he and I were both in school at different times. But he's from where I grew up, and he was working at that Meijer, and I just someone used my full screen name in public. And that was a really, really weird experience. Like being called Oxie in public is not a weird thing for me. Being called your full screen name, that's
odd.
something else entirely.
Yeah.
That's a weird, it'd be like if someone called you Bloodhound in public. Like it's jarring because you're like, oh, I don't hear that name outside of headsets ever. What the hell is this? Like, it's a surreal experience. Kind of like when I went to your house for the first time and I saw your background in person. It was like an out-of-body experience. It's very strange to have that happen in real life.
Yeah.
Equally, though, it's also very strange to have people online call me by my first name, which, like, isn't a bad thing.
You get used to it.
I mean, I imagine you get used to it if that's what you want to be called. But to me, I don't, you know.
The name you have fits you. Like, I've not known you by any other name for 3 years.
Because it is my name.
I know.
The thing.
I know.
Which is why I always make fun of people. Like, the amount of times I've seen people who, like, will say, like, yeah, it's just, my username is my last name and my first initial. And my knee-jerk reaction would be like, that's the stupidest idea you possibly could have. Who does that? Like, that's so dumb. Why would you put your last name and your first initial as your screen name? That's so stupid. And I feel really bad when people don't know and they don't get it because it looks like I'm just berating them on the Oxie M RuneScape account. You know, I don't know.
My screen name used to be my last name, but then I was really worried because I started streaming and I used it for my stream account, and who would do that, right?
Yeah, that's, again, dumb as shit to have your Twitch name be that. Oh, God, that wasn't it. I had that conversation with my supervisor when I first started working in internship. And I said, hey, I have this thing that I didn't realize was going to be as popular as it is. And my screen name is stupid in hindsight. Because, like, when you have 90 followers on Twitch and only 3 of them care about who you are, and of those 3, 2 of them you've met in person, and one of those 2 is your, like, longtime best friend. It really doesn't matter, right? Like, it doesn't matter that's your information. But now that Xpwaste has grown to the scope that it has,
yeah,
right? Like, Michael and I were like, oh, we're going to talk about bingo this week. Like, sure, that's an easy out. And Michael goes, yeah, that kind of alienates the other, like, 4,000 people that listen to our show. I'm like, son of a bitch, it does. Right? It's like, you're at that point now, like, oh, God.
Yeah,
the bigger problem still, though, like, if I ever ran into an XP waster in a professional space, you guys would understand why that wouldn't work. Right? If an XP waster came into my therapy office and was like, oh my God, it's the Oxie from XP Waste, I can't wait to do therapy, I'd be like, all right, no, you're getting transferred, and you know why, right? Like, it's conflict of interest. If a client that has no idea what I do gets into the Discord and starts, like, hanging out in VC with people, oh boy, that's a huge problem.
Yeah.
So
it's
the reverse. Like, you guys, well, because I'm so secretive with my personal life for clients, that it never even really comes up. Like, you guys all know I'm a therapist. I work with specific populations and all that. And it's kind of a joke sometimes, like, oh, Oxie is the therapist of the Discord, ha ha ha. But it's not that the other way.
Yeah.
Right? Because it can't be. So just don't make your screen name your legal name. Don't do that.
Advice from mom. Because apparently I'm wait, am I dad? I always thought of myself as the mom. Like the sensitive, caring, empathetic mom, and then you're just like the cursing dad. But
oh my God, no, I'm more of like, I'm like Linda Belcher kind of mom. that's kind of where I, like, oh my God, that would be so much fun, But Michael, like, come on. We definitely could go as Bob and Linda for Halloween.
Oh,
1 year.
that's true. Am I Bob?
Oh, 100% you're Bob.
I've never watched Bob's Burgers.
It's a great show. I don't know if you're not quite Bob, but I'm definitely Linda, especially when it comes to like
oh my God,
the flair for the dramatic that is every announcement that I post ever.
Hey guys, I'm Bob. Maybe, I don't know.
No,
I can do accents, but just not that one. It's so funny that voice actor literally just does his voice on any character that he does, and everybody's okay with it. It's just his normal.
But they all sound
voice.
so distinctly different. Is the thing, like Bob Belcher and Sterling Archer do not sound like the same person.
Oh, maybe he does change his voice then.
No, he doesn't. It's just the inflection changes. Like Archer's a lot more aggressive and Bob is a lot more passive. But they sound like totally different people and they're not. It's so cool. He's a very talented guy.
Yeah. I don't watch cartoons. I wish I did because there's so many good ones. There's so many good, like I don't care for Rick and Morty. I don't really care for Futurama. All of the Adult Swim cartoons, not a fan. The only cartoon I really like is like anything Star Wars, and then I also like Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'll watch the heck out of those.
Speaking of Star Wars, new Ahsoka. Oh,
I need to watch it, but Alicia and I have been dragging our feet with watching it because we don't know any of the backstory for Ahsoka, and we kind of want to understand that a little bit. So it's just going to take going on a deep dive on YouTube to watch the relevant Clone Wars episodes and all of those episodes before we go into the Ahsoka show. So that it makes a little more sense.
The relevant Clone Wars episodes is the entire series.
That's okay.
Unfortunately. And the relevant Rebels episodes is also the entire series.
thing. Okay. Well, damn
so, I mean, I haven't, in truth, I haven't watched Clone Wars all the way through. I've seen some arcs. I've seen some episodes. I haven't seen any of season 7 because I feel like what's the point in watching it if I don't understand the emotional weight of the first 6?
Yeah.
In any case, I have seen all of Rebels though. Rebels is really good.
Right. And there's a lot of characters. Like I didn't know any of the characters when they were introducing them in Rebels. Like why were they having that ceremony in the beginning? Who knows? Not me.
For what? Ahsoka?
On Ahsoka.
Oh yeah,
where that chick was not present to that ceremony or whatever.
Yeah. Oh my God,
her boyfriend who is supposedly missing. Like I don't know.
Oh my God,
I don't know.
Michael, please. Rebels is really good. I will say the downside to Rebels is when it's not like for a show that is packed full of like spine-chilling emotional moments. The filler episodes are cartoons for kids.
Yeah.
Because like there will be some like, oh my God, there's the most dramatic confrontation we've seen in animated television with some of the coldest lines in history and one of the coolest lightsaber fights ever. And then 2 episodes after that, it's like, whoa, Ezra and Zeb get up to some wacky activities. I hope they don't get in trouble because it's a cartoon for children. Right. So like that's the only downside. What if you can get past the like cheesy, campy children's cartoon bits, because there definitely are those in Rebels. Oh God, it's so good. It's so good.
That's awesome. I want to watch it, but it's just like I can't like I don't know if I have adult like undiagnosed ADHD, but it's hard for me to sit down and watch the same TV show. I'm not good at binge watching anything, even if they're 20-minute
Says
episodes.
the guy who he and his wife have been consistently watching the same show for 45 seasons.
It's different though. It's a continuation of a story that has like things to pull you in. Like what is it? The Clone Wars. You were talking about the filler episodes. Like there's so many filler episodes that like it feels like it's the same thing every single episode, you know?
I have heard that Clone Wars is not like that. Clone Wars is more like, hey kids, you ever heard of war crimes?
Oh no.
Like time to learn, you know? So Clone Wars, I think, from what I've heard, is a little bit more mature, but Rebels is not always super mature. And that's okay. The main characters are children. It's a show for children.
Yeah.
But oh my God.
Is it
Some
good?
of it's so good.
I might just watch. I might find a YouTube video that's like, these are the or an article. I don't know. Maybe just something that tells me these are the ones you watch. These are the filler. Skip them. And I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I'll sit down and actually do that, because like there's always a lot of I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, but it's just gonna take doing it.
The episodes do have a lot of seasons, or a lot of episodes. The seasons have a lot of episodes, is what I meant to say. As far as like Ahsoka relevance, you want to watch the end of season 1 and all of season 2 for it to be relevant for Ahsoka.
Of Rebels?
Of Rebels, yes.
Okay.
But frankly, you watch season 1 and season 2, it's going to feel cooler. Season 3 and season 4 do a much better job of explaining who the other characters are in Rebels. They explain Sabine. They explain, Sabine's boyfriend, Ezra. They explain, the green lady, Hera.
Yeah.
They explain who those people are a lot better. So seasons 3 and 4 add to Ahsoka a lot, but if you only care about Ahsoka herself, which just watch the whole show, but start with seasons 1 and 2.
Okay. Maybe
hopefully by the time that's done, you get hooked.
Would it be weird to watch seasons 1 and 2 and then go watch Ahsoka and then go back for the rest of Rebels? Would it spoil
a little
anything?
bit? Only because Ahsoka picks up right after Rebels ends.
Oh, okay.
There is a scene in one of the episodes of Ahsoka that is a live action remake of one of the scenes in Rebels.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
It picks up right at the end of it.
That's
so neat. It's really, you should just watch all of it if you're going to get into it. But start with seasons 1 and 2, see how you're feeling.
Yeah.
And then get back to me. You know what you should get back to me on, more importantly? What is the topic of this episode? What has this turned into?
What has this turned into?
This has been a distraction and a diversion in itself.
Speaking
we
of
started
that,
talking about distractions and diversions, and it's all come full circle.
Is this just we talked about filler? Is this just the filler Xpwaste episode, and there's no actual story continuation?
And again, I feel bad about releasing content that can be considered filler. The two things you guys got to understand: number one, nothing is happening in the video game right now. Not a thing. Not a single thing is interesting. It's Game Jam is also happening. That is nothing's going to happen for the next 2 weeks. There's not an update next week. There's 2 weeks of Game Jam. So nothing's going to happen. But thankfully we have bingo to sort of keep us afloat.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Michael's also just tired. It's just, again, at him and shout him out for doing literally all the legwork for Xpwaste, because now that I have a laptop that won't set on fire, we'll see. Maybe I can do a little bit more, but God, it's been a lot. So apologies for the filler, but it's just what we can provide right now. But it will go back to normal when I'm home.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's we could talk about leagues during the 8 weeks.
Oh my
of content
God, when
that
Leagues is coming up. Oh my God, bingo. Oh, so many cool things.
We're definitely going to have a lot more to talk about. I kind of misspoke last week. And I said, there's not going to be an episode next week. I meant not this week, but actually next week. Because I don't want to edit, and I don't want to record, and I want to do anything related to the podcast during the week of bingo. I already have a pretty limited amount to play anyway. And so next week, you probably won't hear from us. And I meant to say that last week. I meant to say in 2 weeks. So just a little correction.
I was curious how it was going to work. So that's all right. So that works out great. So there's not going to be an episode next week because Michael and I are going to be playing bingo. And then when we get back to it, maybe I'll do you a solid and I'll edit what episode is this going to be? 125?
This is 126.
Ooh, look at that. Max Combat Podcasting.
Wow.
So I'll do 127 and then we'll just get back into our regular cycle and you can have several weeks off.
Yay.
Not doing that. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun for you. But yeah, no episode next week. We're gonna go to break.
Yeah.
Stick around to the end of the episode because there may or may not be a bingo teaser.
Ooh, and this is
So-
not a filler. Like the second half is not filler, so don't leave.
The second half, we are back to form in the second half. So see you guys after this. Unfortunately, not new commercial because Oxie's not home to make a new GPA commercial. It makes it really sad. It was like Halloween. There's no new GPA content.
Like the new mausoleum. Okay, bye.
Hey there, adventurer. You're finally awake. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Agent B, and I work with the Gillinor Protection Agency. If you're watching this video, that means you're probably under the supervision of the medical experts here with the GPA. Don't worry, you're perfectly safe. It says here that you were going to try your hand at Kriara, but you slipped off of Trollheim Mountain and fell unconscious. That's okay. Happens to the best of us, really. Thankfully, a few of our agents found you all bruised up out there in the cold and brought you back here to recover. Now, your report says that you hit your head pretty hard, so you might remember some things, but be aware that not all of these memories are correct. Any thoughts or memories of blood reavers or ancient ceremonial robes simply aren't true. It's just your brain imagining things to help make sense of the accident. You've been with us for a little while now, so getting back to your day-to-day life might be tricky at first. People may have started to spread rumors about you, and some may ask strange questions when you return. Some may make you uncomfortable, and some questions may make your mind think of fake scenarios in order to cope with the stress. Don't you worry though, we've thought of some replies that'll help you reacclimate to society one question at a time. There is no frozen door. There is no fifth general. The God Wars dungeon has not been altered in any way. She does not exist. She does not exist. She does not exist. She does not exist. Operation, and we hope you have a speedy recovery. My name is Agent B, wishing you the best, and always remember, the Gillinor Protection Agency is here to serve you, her. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that not new Halloween commercial because I know I sure did. Kind of. I'm really disappointed I can't make new GPA commercials. We'll get past it. But you know what we're not getting past? The patrons, because you guys are fantastic. On screen now is a list of the wise old men who, some of whom are joining us in the recording booth chat, which is awesome. Huge recording booth chat turnout this week. Love you guys. We have a new wise old man this week. Huge shout out to Henry H. For the new subscription to the wise old man. Fumbling over my words. I haven't done this in a while.
It's okay.
Oh, look, I saw a girl walking up to the apartment that my mom lives in, and I'm living in with her, and I'm like, oh, she looks familiar. It's my sister. So that makes sense. But yeah, I am totally fumbling around on Patreon right now. So that is why I'm fumbling as much as I am. Let me get the KBDs sorted to actually make sense.
You're so candid with these patron reads. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, sometimes it's awkward, I haven't done Patreon in a hot minute, and pulling it all up on the new machine, it's a little awk. You know what? We got it. We're filtered. We're ready to go. Yeah. So importantly, I don't know how much of that fumbling Michael left in or cut out. I don't really care. It's time to shout out the King Black Dragon tier supporters. So very much love to Broix70, Buckeyes, my dad. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Damon S, Dickie Bird, Dylan L96, Elite Oreo Dunker, EXP Enjoyer, Gay Raccoon, Gumby, Legend Gary, Ron Garian, Joshua R, Lil Drakey, Mark, aka Ice-Team, Mrs. Oxiem, which once again, sup, baby, MT Birchfield, Are You Swole's Ankle, bastard. Our third favorite supporter, Ralph. Rylithian, SatanBot6969, Soggy Waffles, Seppy J, Seth Shep, Skooman92, SOSD3, Spartan Fire, the Big G Jordy, the Crayola Crayon, and Toast No Toast. Thank you all so much for your support at the King Black Dragon tier. It does help us do things like get various upgrades for the show, and it helps us do stuff like be able to, like with the new merch we talked about earlier that we're so excited about, like if we can, give promotional stuff away to people, or we do giveaways and stuff like that. That's what the Patreon goes to help, right? So love you guys and appreciate you guys for that. If you want to support us monetarily, head over to patreon.com/xpwaste to do that for as low as $1 a month. The new Patreon logo is definitely a decision. So let us know what you think about that, because an amorphous blob. Good.
They're really doing it.
Huh. Yeah, they're really. Oh, okay. Well, go check that out if you are so interested. And as Michael mentioned earlier, head over to xpwaste.shop or check the link in the description down below, because we don't know which link is going to be working, to see the brand new Zulrah merch.
Yeah.
And that will be our new merch store with Fourth Wall. So check that out. It's super cool. I would show you my Zulrah tattoo, but it's currently covered by a cast.
Oh,
so,
is it that leg? Damn.
It's that leg. Yeah. Good times had by all.
So you didn't order any Zulrah merch. Is it because you feel weird about wearing a design that's also on your body?
100% yes.
Oh.
The Zulrah merch is super cool, but it feels really weird to me to wear a shirt or a hoodie and then have someone go, "Is that the same design you have in your leg?" And I'll go, "Yup."
I don't care.
And they'll go,
"I don't
You
care.
like the shirt design so much you got it tattooed?" And I'm going to go, "Yup."
I don't.
That's how that worked.
I really don't care.
So for me, I just don't. I personally don't have an interest in the Zulrah merch, because I went hard on the Zulrah merch and got it tattooed on my leg. But it does look super cool.
I got 2 hoodies and 2 shirts.
Holy shit. Yeah, I got the XP Waste beanie is what I got.
Okay.
The one that just says XPW embroidered on the top.
Yeah.
That one is awesome. I'm stoked for that.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
But yeah. So go check out our merch store, and I'm going to stop talking. And it's Michael's turn to start talking.
That's me.
Because it is community question time, folks.
One of
what
us.
the community question was last week.
Well, I'm going to tell you. Last week, we asked you guys, what bingo tile are you most anticipating potentially being on the board? Because you guys won't know at this very moment in time, if you're listening to it on the day that this episode releases, potentially won't know anything about bingo yet. But there are not that many, because someone who will be unnamed forgot to post the community question on YouTube. Oxie, I can't believe you've done that.
It's definitely my fault. I'll take full responsibility this week.
Oh, hell yeah. Cool. So we only have the Spotify responses, which is fine. And I'll start now. So we've got Potato Pancake. They say, "I want to be a Barrows bot. So a Barrows tile, please." Barrows is always a staple on every bingo. So that's going to be fun.
Maybe not ours, though. Who knows?
Oh, who knows? I don't know. Can't confirm or deny anything.
Exactly.
Daniel says, "Frick, missed bingo." They didn't say frick, by the way. Sorry. I should have listened to your last episode. Might have heard any reminders. Just couldn't bring myself to listen to content aimed at Iron Man accounts. More reason to despise Iron Mans.
Good man. Good answer.
Oh
Sorry you're not playing bingo, but good answer.
It's a life lesson to just, do some things that make you uncomfortable sometimes.
Sometimes you have to suck it up and deal with Iron Men.
Yeah.
For bingo.
Yeah.
Which I did draft Iron Man on my team this year, which my co-captain was pretty surprised at, because he was one of the same players I had on the no helm team.
Yeah.
I accidentally didn't draft any Iron Men. And this year I drafted, I think, 4 of them.
Wow.
Of the 18 players.
You're making progress.
They're all Iron Men I knew would not let me down.
There you
So
go.
I would not draft. Trust me, I would not draft an Iron Man if I didn't think they could perform the way we needed them to. So, 4 of you Irons, welcome to the club. You're an honorary member of the No Helm Society. We'll look past it for this week.
Damn it, Oxie. You just kept talking and like all the kudos I had for you just kept going out the window.
Sorry, man.
Anyway. Jerion says raids and hopefully other group-based activities. Man, what would bingo be without raids? That would be a boring bingo. Anyway, Moishan says buy a total of 1,000 treasure hunter keys between all group members. What is this? RS3? That's so expensive. It would be kind of fun to like win the lottery and then just blow thousands of dollars on video game, like in-game currency things, like microtransactions, just to see what you get. I know that's technically, it feels like gambling, but that's fun gambling.
I think that is gambling.
Yeah, but like it's fun gambling because you get cool things in game. You know, like if you just went on like, what is that? Candy Crush, bought all of the in-game stuff. But I'm not a boomer mom, so I don't play Candy Crush. Next up, Billy says mole slippers. 341 clues last time I participated, and I finally got them.
Jesus.
Which one was that? Was that Springo that we had mole slippers on the board?
Maybe. I think it was Springo, yeah.
Or maybe it was Fall Bingo last year. I have the boards, but I can't pull them up. Angel says, I'm not doing bingo, but for people with casts, wink, wink, use the black. Okay, is this for you, Oxie? Use the back of a spoon and tap around the location where it itches. Hope this helps.
Oh, okay. That's okay. That could be huge. TY.
People dropping knowledge. David says, would have liked to join. Listen to the last episode a day late. Come on, people. You gotta do better. Actually, next year we're probably just gonna not have signups close on the day that we post an episode. I think we've learned our lesson here.
Yep.
Real Crazy says, like the mad lad I am, I hope we get to see another Barbarian Assault speedrun tile. I feel like I'm one of the few people playing OSRS that actually enjoys BA. I don't think you are, because have you met Spari? The man will go to Barbarian Assault with whoever, whenever. So you're not the only one, but there are very few people in RuneScape that actually like Barbarian Assault. Let's see. OCDam says, anything involving my goats, Dusk and Dawn. Also, props to Oxie for being a flat frick Friday enjoyer. Don't forget to make it to Friday, Sailor. Also, you didn't beep the F-bombs in FFF and I laughed. Oh, I didn't. Whenever you said flat frick Friday, I didn't beep the F. It's good. Because it's like he's not
Friday,
saying
fucking loser.
See, it's like it's a song.
Then,
it's not like you're just saying
the
word.
fact that he also said you made it to Friday, Sailor. That's also a great meme online with the SpongeBob music and Mr. Krabs.
Oh,
good shit. Good shit.
Okay. Next up, we have Nate Dogg, the co-captain of the No Helms V2. Interested to see if there are any DT2 boss tiles. I would love to see X number of white lights in raids. I'll have that completed yesterday. Really though, motivate me to do wildy bosses, please. You're on a team with Oxie. I think even if there wasn't wildy bosses on the bingo, he would make you go into the wilderness. That's just kind of how Oxie is.
Probably.
SatanBot6969 says, I'm hoping that we get a gauntlet tile so that I can be forced to do it. Also, I have the name changed due to a PMod telling me to either change the name or I will get a soft ban for a few weeks. Are you kidding me?
Whose name got changed?
SatanBot.
Oh, really?
They said I had a name change because a PMod told him that they would
wild.
A PMod, not even a JMod. A PMod told them that they would get a soft ban for a few weeks if they didn't change their name. Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous.
It's a little ridiculous.
Like, are they so insecure with themselves that the word 666 or like SatanBot 666 offends them? What are you, a Christian? That's stupid. Jesus. Anyway, Scotty says corp tile so I can full send it with the teammates. I think Scotty has a problem. The man already got the corp pet and just wants to keep going back. Mima just said, are you sure the PMod isn't stealing it? We'll have to see. Everybody add SatanBot 666, and if they go online again, just flame them up and down. Moving on to Torin, they say, no idea what to expect as it's my first bingo. Can't wait to smash out whatever challenges the board makers have set. That's
what I like to hear.
That's a good outlook.
That is what we like to hear.
And finally, for the community question this week, Broke70 says, obtain all 3 Voidwicker pieces. GL, HF with bingo. Oh, good luck, have fun. Good luck, have fun with bingo.
A full Voidwaker is utterly ridiculous. I'm sorry. A full Voidwaker, like, the amount of time that you have to spend to get that drop? No.
Voidwaker is the one that you get from the Wildy bosses.
Yeah.
I don't know why I had
Karasi.
to confirm that, because I know that.
Yeah. No, that's ridiculous.
I was thinking Soul Reaper.
Soul Reaper would also
Soul
be
Reaper
ridiculous.
would be terrible.
Could you imagine that's just the entire board? It's complete a Voidwaker and complete a Soul Reaper? That'd be stupid. No.
And it's the same tile. You don't get points unless you do both for the same tile.
Yeah, the whole event is just one tile.
And it's only one
whoever
point.
can complete a Voidwaker and a Soul Reaper first.
It's wildly unbalanced because it's only 1 point.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for the community question this week, guys. Thank you so much to everyone who did answer. If you want to answer this week's question, it'll be 2 weeks.
Yep. You'll get there.
If you want to answer this episode's question, what did you do for the last 2 weeks while we didn't have an episode? Did you have fun in bingo? I don't know. Just give us whatever your most fun thing that you did in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, how about that? What's your bingo highlight? What was your favorite moment of bingo?
Oh, okay.
Because
we're going to be
help
talking
us
about
from
it.
not having like 2 million community question answers. What was your favorite part of bingo?
Yeah.
Come back to this episode and tell us what your favorite part of bingo was.
And if
Do it.
bingo hasn't ended yet, I do apologize. I think it will have ended the day we start recording for the next episode. So anyway, you can answer that question on the community question section on Spotify, or for sure, guaranteed, gonna do it, the pinned comment on this YouTube video.
He's gonna pin it, folks. He's gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
He's not gonna forget.
I'm gonna do it. So that's gonna do it for community question. I'm gonna throw it over to my one-legged co-host for the achievement of the weekable. Achievable of the weekable.
Leg. I just have one working leg.
He's only got one leg.
Stop it.
Mom, they're making fun of me again.
Mom, I can't do this anymore.
Imagine your mom actually comes in. What, honey?
She started making fun of me too. What are you talking about? Yeah, 100% would be like, are they making fun of you for a reason? I'd be like, yeah. She'd be like, all right, then fucking get good. I don't know. Tell me to sit. Hit me with the sit rat, you know?
Oh, man. Anyway, achievement of the week.
It is achievement of the week time, folks. It's time to get her going. It's not as big as last week, which low-key, thank God. But we do have lots of achievements for you guys. We're going to kick things off with the skilling category this time because we have a very interesting miscellaneous achievement that I want to save for the end. So, kicking things off, Sickness has achieved 99 crafting. Green Ben has achieved 99 range. Gowerly achieved 99 wood cutting. Dillygath achieved 99 farming. Hovo1 achieved 99 prayer, which was interesting because he was rune crafting with me and then left for 2 minutes, casually got 99 prayer, then went right back to rune crafting. AFK for a bit, got 99 strength and 99 attack in chambers, unfortunately, but he still got them. Doombar achieved 99 rune crafting. Clues, formerly known as Got Clues, achieved 99 wood cutting. And Coach Beard achieved 99 range today, actually, while we were recording. with some total level achievements for you guys. P5HT, who I always want to call fat for some reason, just because that ADHD makes it look like PHAT. I don't know. Anyways, P5HT got 2K total level, as did Shady, as did Coach Beard, while doing the draft, which was neat.
My captain.
Mr. Paul Mohadib achieved 2200 total level. He did beat me to 2200, that bastard. Wow. But we're still proud of him for it. But the ultimate total level, the big one, the one that everyone strives for, Sims achieved 2277 total level and finally maxed their account. Woo. So congratulations to you. Sliding down to the combat section now, we do have 2 new fire capes this week. We have UIM Puns and my bingo teammate, Modern Major General, MM General. Got it like earlier this morning, I'm pretty sure. I think he's UK time. So he got it a little earlier. But yeah, I just got a DM from one of my teammates that says voice chat, and the fall bingo voice chats have a ton of people in them. So yeah, we are popping off right now. People are the VCs are open and bingo is exciting.
29 people, and it's only Sunday.
It's huge. It's only Sunday. We do have some more combat stuff for you guys though. Air Mid completed their first corrupted gauntlet. Wheat Toast completed their first regular gauntlet. Oxie completed their first corrupted gauntlet. I'm pretty sure they only had one regular gauntlet KC. So Oxie just like went after it, you know? And Crokella, I think is how you say that name, Crokella or Crocella, who knows, also completed their first corrupted gauntlet. A lot of CGs this week. In the combat achievements specifically area, 10 turtles completed the medium combat achievements, while Rozgin and Shinkiro, another one of my teammates, completed the elite combat achievements. We do have some kits. One of our captains, 99 Cum, achieved his Missouri kit. And a newer person to the TNL Discord, Accelerate, achieved Blorva, which is cool as hell. Blorva Gaming. Wrapping up the combat section with our favorite achievement in the combat achievements portion of Achievement of the Week. It's a lot of words. Both Ibu and Gay Raccoon finally received their Infernal Capes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Congratulations to the both of you. I don't know much about Ibu's journey, but for about 2 weeks, I woke up to DMs from Gay Raccoon with just the Keck W emoji and death screenshots. Oh. So very glad that you finally got your capes. You guys can finally play the game. Raccoon, you can finally not wear a myth cape to TOA, which is huge. Because he binned all his fire capes. Said, I'm never wearing the cheese cape again until I get the Infernal Cape.
What a motivation.
What motivation, right? Mima has put what emote is this called? The Suzge emoji in chat. The only thing sus is that Mima has never even unlocked the Inferno.
Mima is just Walmart Gay Raccoon right now.
At Mima too. Oh my god. He left the VC. Oh, no. He killed him. You executed him. Oh my god. At Mima and make sure he's still alive, and then also ask him how the Inferno's going. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
We do have some miscellaneous achievements though this week to wrap things up. Legend Gary achieved his quest cape, and then Redbeard also may have gotten his quest cape because he was very excited about Sheep Shearer for some reason, but didn't add any additional context. So that may have been his quest cape. I'm not sure. We do have some more capes of accomplishment. My boy Russ of Fury achieved his diary cape. Ibu said the Infernal Cape isn't enough. I want the double and got his music cape this week. Bird Facts, the co-host of Guthix Rest podcast, achieved his diary cape this week. And the most interesting cape of accomplishment I have seen recently, Skittle Z, or Skittles, not sure how you say it, achieved his 20-year cape in RS3.
Whoa. Okay.
Yep. The 20-year cape in RS3, which is pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations to you for even if you didn't play for 20 years, like you've had the account for 20 years, and that's impressive that you're able to keep it, right? So shout out to you, Skittles, and shout out to all of you who achieved something awesome this week. If you did something awesome and you want to tell us about it, head over to discord.gg/OSRSTNL. Post about it in our levels and achievements chat. And you guys can get all the super snazzy details, right? Post about it. Tell us what it is. Preferably put a picture, because I'm looking back through levels and achievements right now, because I feel like somebody posted that they did something but didn't attach a photo.
Oh, no.
So I just want to make sure that they... I just want to make sure that I got everyone's info. And frankly, I think I did. I think everyone is sorted. But yeah, tell us about all the cool stuff that you did. Bingo's going on right now, so you might not see a lot of activity in voice chat. But I'm telling you, we have a super active, super fun Discord.
Yeah.
Come hang out. It's definitely going to be worth your time. We'd love to have you. It is about time we wrap the show up with everyone's favorite segment. Michael,
Woo!
my friend, do you have a community question for us? Community question? Fun question. Do you have a fun question for us, Michael?
So I was going to wait to send you this, or like I was going to send you this whenever you were still at your mom's house, but I think it would just be easier to send it to your apartment, because I don't know when it would get there and if you're still going to be there. But I'm going to open yours to show off. So we have a community member who ordered us custom-made Hawaiian button-up shirts. So shout out to Swole. Shout out to RU Swole. This is Oxie's shirt. So it has Verzik and Charlie the Tramp all over it. It's freaking awesome. And he had these special made for us. Mine has the wise old man, and it also has the gray heron all over it. So one of these days, whenever Oxie gets his shirt, I'm sure we'll coordinate and we'll both wear our custom Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, hell yeah, we will.
So shout out to you, Swole. Thank you so much for the shirts, by the way. Freaking legend. With the shirts came this fancy little card. And on this fancy little thank you card, or best wishes, there's a fun question. So it says, Happy Xpwaste boys, loving the content. My fun question for you is, if you had the power to remove a city in Gielinor and make a new one, what would you remove and what would you add? I think that's what it says.
Remove a city in Gielinor, huh?
If you had the power to remove a city in Gielinor and add a city, what one would you do? Lots of love, are you Swole?
What a man.
What a man. So, I had not read this question before. I should have, because that's a deep question. That's a deep one. I need to pull up a world map here real quick. Hold the phone. So we're going to look at all of the cities. It would be kind of cool. Okay. I opened the world map and the first thing that showed up was the wilderness. I get so giddy when I think about and hear about all of the lore from the ancient cities in the wilderness that just got decimated during the God Wars when like Zaros and Zamrock were fighting. And so I think it would be really cool to replace a city in the wilderness with like its former glory, you know, Anakarl, Garrock, all the places there that used to be inhabited that are now just desolate. Maybe they'll do like, because there's been a lot of talk about a wilderness expansion. I would love to see like a Varlamore type expansion, but north of the level 50 mark. Because like 2 years ago, I think for Game Jam, some JMod group put together an amazing proposal.
It was pretty cool.
And it just hasn't gone anywhere. Like they've been really busy with other content. I get it. But that's if there were ever to be an expansion besides Varlamore, I would want them to prioritize that. Initially, I also thought about like another Prifddinas type city, but I don't know, like something that has everything. because Prifddinas, like you could have a Prifddinas locked account. Like if you were able to get your account to where you were able to do Song of the Elves and only Song of the Elves, like you do all the quest lines leading up to it, but like you get to the point where you basically just rush Song of the Elves at the lowest level possible, and then you have everything else within Prifddinas to train your account. You never leave. I think that would be sick. Because even if you died, like if you died in Prifddinas, you could have a respawn point be there. So like you could effectively never leave. There's a house portal. There's a sawmill. There's all of this stuff
There's no Slayer Master.
That's true. But like, what are you going to
That would be rough.
kill? I guess you couldn't really
there's
kill
like
any
Necreals
of
and Dark Beasts and Bloodvelds. Like you can't kill any of those. Right?
True. And you don't need a Slayer level to get to to do Song of the Elves. So, damn, maybe you lamp it. Maybe that's your lamp skill. He's throwing up in his mouth right now. Oh. But no, just something else like Prifddinas. I think it would be really cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know where you would put it. Maybe on like
He's looking over at his real world map right now.
I put it over there. I did up my room. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like I have this whole like tapestry on the wall with
I did see that recently. When did you get that?
I got it for Christmas 2 years ago.
You nerd.
My mom gave it to me. And I just never had a place to put it up. And so I was like, there's a giant space on this wall. I'm going to put it up. And it's cool. It's got all the skills. But I don't know, maybe an expansion to Prif. Make it even better. Make it more OP. Put
Prif
a Slayer. Prif 2. Put a Slayer Master there. Just like
Priftunas.
That's good. And I feel like that's a great place for you to take over because I can't top that.
Twin Dennis sounds fun.
Twin Dennis.
All right. I know what city I'm removing. Go to your world map over to Tob. Do me a favor. Do that. Meyerditch.
Gone.
Thanos snapped out of existence.
That's a great one. All the poor people there.
Meyerditch is the worst city in the game.
Live.
There's nothing. Here's how it's going to work canonically, right? The vampires are going to realize, wait a minute, we have a gigantic bloodthirsty spider lady, and they have some sticks and rocks, right? The vampires are going to kill every person in Meyerditch. Every single one of them. They're going to take any blood tithes that are left. They're going to bring them into Darkmire. Meyerditch is going to be wiped out. They're going to bulldoze Meyerditch completely, right? No more random whatever. They're going to leave the theater perfect, and they're going to leave Darkmire perfect. And then the vampires are going to just expand Darkmire. But they're going to do it in such a way where it doesn't suck ass to navigate like Darkmire does or like Meyerditch does, right?
Okay.
It's going to be a 2-lane street, almost like Main Street at the Magic Kingdom, right? where there's stuff on either side of the street, but there's not a bunch of shit. Like there's no mazes you have to run through to get anywhere. And it will be called like the Lower Dark or something, dark something. I don't know, but it's vampire themed. There's some residential houses. Maybe there's a new quest giver there. Maybe Mazkina gets transport. Maybe there's a Slayer Master there. Who knows? Because Mazkina probably has to stay because he's so low level. Maybe there's a Slayer Master who's like evil and has their own task streak and doesn't assign you monsters, like only assigns you people to kill. Maybe there's like an assassin master where you like go kill random NPCs.
Yeah.
Like go kill the man upstairs in Jess's house 500 times. Jess and Ardoyan. Just go kill him 50 times. Just go prove a point, Like that could be interestingly stupid. I don't know. Yeah. It could make for a fun respawn point. You respawn on Main Street in Lower Dark or wherever it is. You add a new mining minigame where it's like Temporos, but for mining. Because mining sucks balls, and that was the whole point of this episode, kind of. You add... What else do you add? I don't know.
It could be an expansion to Sepulcher.
you add
Like another
an arena,
5 floors, maybe?
you add a new duel arena that's totally random, and you put GP down on vampires' thralls,
Oh.
and you have NPCs that beat the shit out of each other in an arena, and then you bet like millions of GP on that.
Okay.
So that would be fun and stupid.
Right.
I'm just like anything to bulldoze Mire Ditch and replace it with something thematic would be cool as hell.
Get it out
So-
of here. Yeah.
That's what I'm going for. We're bulldozing Mire Ditch, and we're making an expansion to Dark Mire that's cooler and easier to navigate. The Bloodvelds can stay. That's it.
It's very kind of you. That's great. Like of all the stupid cities in the game, I understand it's like there's poor people there and they're being oppressed, and like that's definitely not a great situation. But if they don't end up actually killing them and the people of Mire Ditch are able to escape, that's a better situation for a
I love
quest
that
line.
you're like, let's have them escape, and I'm like, F it, just send them to Darkmire to be blood tithes or just kill them. I want to bulldoze that city.
By all means necessary, get them out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, man. Swole, thank you for the question.
And thank you for the shirts.
Thank you for the shirts. I need to wash mine, so hopefully it shrinks just a little bit. But otherwise, I'll be wearing that bitch everywhere.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Thank you, Swole, for the question. If you guys want to answer that question, obviously hit us up on Discord in the Xpwaste chat.
Yeah. Or the fun questions channel if you have your own fun question. Or if you're a patron.
True.
But I think that about does it, Michael. Yeah, would you say?
I would definitely
I'm
say.
slouching lower and lower in my bed
Uh-huh.
because it's awkward to sit up like this for this long. But this is where we leave you guys, folks. Next week, we are not going to have an episode because we have bingo. Speaking of bingo, we promised you a little teaser. So on screen right now, we haven't posted this in Discord yet. We're probably not going to post it until later in the day. But on screen right now is the 4x4, the center board of Skill Tree Bingo. So you guys get an early look at the first 16 tiles that you guys will have access to.
And listen,
You guys can check them
don't
all
screenshot
out.
and post it in the. Don't screenshot and post it.
Or do it. I don't care.
No.
Maybe think it's a leak. I don't care. Look who leaked the board. Ooh, I don't know. Ooh,
Oh my
just
gosh.
cause a little drama. I don't give a shit. Recording booth frothing right now because they don't get to see it
They don't
early.
get to see it.
But you guys do. Listeners of the live episode get to see it early.
It's like the anti-perk.
Exactly. What's the one anti? So people are pissed.
So mad.
But yeah, those are the first 16 tiles. We're probably not going to release the tile descriptions, so you might not know exactly what some of them are, but that's part of the fun. You guys can infer. You guys can theory craft. If you see it, like, definitely don't screenshot. That's bad. But if you do screenshot, send it to your teams and start theory crafting what some of the 4x4 tiles are. Because that would be... That's what I definitely wouldn't do that. Don't you dare. Don't do it. Don't screenshot it. But if you do, that's what you should do.
I'm literally editing Michael. Is like, should I just flash it on the screen for a millisecond and say
No,
say something?
give the people what they want. They've got the 4x4 board. You have your Xpwaste. We told you would get a little tease. That's a little tease. And the best part is with the 4x4, that's just the first part. Ooh. Ooh. It's gonna be so much fun. Bingo is happening next week, folks. So if you're playing, get excited. If you're not playing, sorry. You will hear back from us not next week, but the week following.
Mhm.
So the week of October 23rd, I think you will hear from us.
Probably
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have any comments or concerns, head over to our Discord, which will be linked down below. If you want to follow us anywhere because you don't get enough of our voice in your ear holes, there will be a link tree with any link you could ever need for all of our socials and all our platforms, things like that. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen. Go ahead, do whatever you have to do. Like, subscribe, follow. Do it. That'll be cool. I'm so excited for bingo. Check out the merch store link that'll be in the description for the new Zulra merch. As will Mitchy Fox's link for their shop, because they've got all the cool RuneScape merch. They've also got new Halloween designs out, which are awesome. So yeah, that about wraps it up for this week's shit show of an episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We know it's a little bit shorter again this week. When Oxie is back home for real, next time will be a more solid Xpwaste episode. So shout out to Michael for doing all the legwork these last couple of weeks. But I think it's time we cue up the spooky music and we get out of here. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right, folks. We'll
Bye.
see you guys in a few weeks.